Hello there and welcome. I must admit this project is a little bit different to what you have been used to on BWL, but nevertheless I can assure you it's going to be very, very, very interesting indeed. Some of you may or may not having interest or being tied up with various forms of investor fields, cryptocurrencies, finances, etc., etc. So there's something quite recently that caught my attention, and it's been getting a lot of media coverage for quite a few years now. So I wanted to do a little bit of investigation into that. So I have got Costas Joannou with me.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And it's my absolute pleasure. And we are going to discuss something that is quite a unique proposition within business, within finances, within the crypto field, and within entertainment, because at the end of the day, it's all about entertainment.
Absolutely.
And the name is Power Snooker. I don't know whether you've known of it or not, but from now on, you will know about it a lot. Tell us a little bit about what is Power Snooker.
Right. Power Snooker is a sport, and in 2011, we carried out the UK Championship, and it was televised by the ITV4, and it was shown over in 193 countries. So this alone demonstrates that there is an appetite for a new sport around the world.
Right. Right. Why is it so powerful? As opposed to the names already suggest that it's power, so there must be something powerful about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, snooker in general is a very well-known sport, and over 400 million people, they actually watch it and follow as to what's happening. But we believe the research that we have carried out that a certain section of the population, especially the young population, they don't follow it as much. So Power Snooker, this is where, as the name denotes, that it's a very powerful play of the actual game. We have created our own rules, we have our own rules, and those rules, they are fast and furious. And this is exactly what the young generation, they want as well. But
there is a lot more behind Power Snooker, and that's what's been creating a lot of buzz in the media, and that is called Power Snooker Coin.
Yes. Okay, first of all, if you allow me to say a little bit about the Power Snooker group. So we started first with the sport, which is the Power Snooker sport. But a few years back, we created a holding company, and now the group consists of 10 subsidiaries as well. 8 of them, they are UK based, and also we have a subsidiary in the United States as well as in Hong Kong.
Right.
And I mean, the actual group owns the intellectual rights of the sport, so we can exploit that not only in UK but all over the world. But we also went into the game industry as well, and we have already released our first app, which is the Power Snooker app. And you can actually download it from the App Store and also from Google as well.
Right.
And again, this is an area which is the group has decided to evolve, and we believe that this is the future as well in certain sports as well. Hopefully very soon we are going to release the second app as well, and we have another 3 or 4 in the pipeline. So this is basically another area of the group that is got involved. And about a year and a half, we start sort of thinking about creating our own cryptocurrency. The whole idea...
Where did the idea come from?
Right. The whole idea came from 2 aspects. The first one is that the Power Snooker sport is a global sport. And as I said earlier on, when it was televised in 2011, it was shown in 193 countries. So there is a demand there, a global demand. And the global community, the Power Snooker community, we decided that it would be good if they have their own currency as well, their own cryptocurrency. And we name it the Power Snooker coin. But also there is another aspect why we have created that, is that as we go along with the games as well, and as we release more games, in order to upgrade Up to a certain level, of course, they are free. But when you want to upgrade, then you would be able to purchase the Power Snooker coins in order to upgrade and have more competitions as well. And don't forget, I mean, these apps is peer-to-peer. So two people can play. And as we go along, there would be some kind of e-competition as well, which is, again, is the new way forward as well.
E-gaming and e-competitions are becoming quite...
Absolutely. In the process, when we designed the Power Snooker coin, we wanted to add the club scene as well into the group, and this is the reason why we've created the Power Snooker coin, in order to raise funds, and because most of the money they would be invested in the properties in order to have the clubs. And we have our own kind of a formula of how this club is going to be done, so that it gives support on the currency as well.
Okay, so basically you've got this, the sport is there is a currency behind it,
Yes.
You've got the community,
Yes.
And then you mentioned about clubhouses.
People and the community, the Power Snooker community, they should get together from time to time and have a game or whatever. And the best way to do it is to have your own Power Snooker clubs. So the concept that we have in mind is to find a nice building in central London, which is near an international hub, and where the ground floor and the basement, or maybe the first floor as well, they are utilized as the Power Snooker club, where there will be a restaurant, a bar, a small business center as well, and also the lounge as well, where they can actually play the game and socialize and do whatever else they want to do as to come together. Also, we do plan to carry out charity events as well. So really, we will need our own club in order to televise certain events with charities and things like that. So it is a necessary step, and is a natural extension of the existing business model that we have.
So tell me more about the currency, and for example, your background. How did you actually come to really being part of the blockchain technology?
I'm a chartered certified accountant by profession, but I started my career in the City of London in a bank, and where I spent about four years, and I used to be the chief internal auditor of the bank. So I do come from a financial background as well. So subsequently, when I left the bank, I went back into practice, and I'm a practicing chartered certified accountant. However, I kept in touch with the financial side of events, mainly because it's an area which has always been interested into it as well. And when we start sort of thinking about our own cryptocurrency, I was already involved in the crypto economy at some level through my profession, but also is out of interest as well. I have carried out quite a lot of research about the blockchain technology and the cryptocurrencies as well. The word crypto is a Greek word, and it means, if I translate it, it means hidden. But the actual name, it doesn't make any justice to the crypto economy as well, because unfortunately the general public, they think it's something which is hidden and things like that. But what it is, the technology, the blockchain technology, has actually facilitated the cryptography behind it. And cryptography is not something new. It has been invented by Greeks and Egyptians, and it has always been used in different areas, especially the marine industry. So cryptography, and with cryptanalytics, it has created this kind of security that the blockchain technology needed, and this is the byproduct, which is the cryptocurrencies.
What is it that makes the Power Snooker coin different? And where do you see it actually going in the sort of 5 years time,
yes,
so to speak?
I mean, in the last, the crypto space is only, I would say, about 10 years old. It all started with the blockchain where the Bitcoin was created. And ever since, obviously, Bitcoin had a few knocks over its life, but it's still holding up. So that's how it started. We are talking about an industry which is only 10 years old, and in fact it has revolutionized our lives, and especially on the financial side as well. With the Power Snooker coin, our cryptocurrencies, I went back to the basic, how money was created, and with the different functionalities. And we wanted to create something which will support the Power Snooker community, as well as something which is in the current technology as well. As you know, technology is a very fast-moving industry, so we just wanted to be part of it. So, first of all, why we are different ourselves from any other cryptocurrencies out there is the fact that we are not a startup. Statistically, I will say about 80% of any startup, they fail. As to why they fail, I do not know. It could be 1 million reasons. One of the reasons, absolutely. One of the reasons, it could be the competition. But here we are talking about a unique product. Power Snooker is a unique product. It's a product which was tested globally, and we know that it can work. There is a demand for that. There isn't any other Power Snooker. So, first of all, we are unique. Secondly, it's not a startup. Millions of pounds that have been spent over the last few years to perfect the rules, to test the demand, and to restructure the company. So here we are today, and it's not something startup. We know that it's going to work. We know that the business model has been tested, and it has survived. The demand is there, so there is only one way for the group to be very, very successful. Also behind the Power Snooker Group, there is a management which they have been tested over the years, very successful individuals, entrepreneurs, which they have already succeeded in their areas. So when the management is good, the concept is good, the demand is there, then automatically we are well ahead of any startup. The other thing I will say, as I was designing the Power Snooker coin, it's got different functionalities. A lot of people, they ask me nowadays why there is such a volatility in the crypto economy. Oh, yeah. Yes, there is a lot of volatility. The major reason is that it attacks left, right, and center from authorities, from the purse, from the scammers, and all this kind of thing. There is an attack, but there is a resistance as well. So the actual reason for this up and downs in the pricing is mainly because there is nothing to support it, and there is nothing which there is an intrinsic or embedded value within their currency. Right. And this is where the Power Snooker is different. Right. Now, depending from the amount that anyone holds, it will have rights within whatever we do. And for example, if someone buys enough Power Snooker coins in order to become a VIP member, then automatically for the rest of their lives, or for the rest of the time that they are holding the cryptocurrency, our cryptocurrency, they will be entitled to attend all the events anywhere in the world in a VIP manner without paying anything. Now, let's go back and actually calculate what that means. Now, if someone, let's say, has got a VIP ticket for one event, probably will cost about £500. Right. Now, can you imagine that if you have this in perpetuity, this £500, and then you take the actual net present value as of today, and this is the pricing of the actual Power Snooker coin. So there is a value which we have given the value depending from the quantity that anyone will have. It has all the other characteristics. It's like a commodity money. What is commodity money? It's money which they have some kind of a value, like gold, for example, a gold coin. So there is a value into that as well. Now, does Bitcoin has a commodity value? The answer is no. It's all supply and demand. So the price is determined by the equilibrium of the supply and demand, nothing else. Now, in our case, provided someone find the net present value of those rights, automatically there is a value outside the supply and demand model. And then we go a step further. The support. Most of these currencies, the cryptocurrencies, there is nothing tangible to support it. And they're all relying on to a business model hopefully will perform in future. So it's all expectational. And it's all in a derivative kind of manner that people, they will buy it. It's something which there is nothing tangible to support it. Now, in our case, we are talking about a group which already has intellectual rights of a sport, which we know that is working, we know that there is a demand. There is a substantial value in those intellectual property rights alone. This is what we call intangible assets. But the major thing is, most of the money that we're going to raise, they're going to be invested in tangible assets, and that is properties. And
right.
Properties, especially in central London, we all know that over 10, 12 years, they double in value. It is an asset. It is one of the strongest assets recognized by the rest of the world. Now, can you imagine a group which it will consist of it will own intellectual rights, it will own the games, it will own tangible assets, and all this, they would be willing to support the currency, the power snooker coin. And I think this is where we are by miles different from any other cryptocurrency out there today.
So that was that property portfolio that you were previously touched on, the membership whereby Absolutely. You are having the clubhouses in the UK. Absolutely. And I presume is there a franchise concept as well?
Yes. As the group evolves and because there is an international demand, we are already in talks with certain partners in different countries in order to grant them the rights so that they can carry out their own national championships. Basically, we are already in talks with partners in different parts of the world where the Power Snooker Group will grant them a license so that they can carry out their own their own national championships. And that's the model that we would like to grow. Right. Now, if we have, for example, let's say, hopefully this year or early next year, we're going to have the UK championships. If all the other countries, they start having their own championships on the same model that we will license them, then hopefully in 2022, we will carry the first World Cup in Power Snooker. And I think this is where we are aiming. You know, what will happen in the next 4 or 5 years. Now, a world event will put us into the map that, yes, we have arrived now. And whatever we are saying, it would be there tangible for people to be seen. Can you imagine a VIP treatment on a world event, how much the ticket will be if someone is not in that category with the PSCs? So yes. Automatically you can imagine the demand.
I can certainly see and feel the excitement from Costas as well, and as soon as the World Championship got mentioned. Yes. Is there any part of the world where is there quite a big demand right now?
Some views we had in 2011, there is a great demand in the Far East, and especially in China. Okay. And China, let's face it, is a huge country, and they love snooker. And I know they love Power Snooker as well. This is the major reason why we created a subsidiary company in Hong Kong, in order to license someone from there.
Right.
So, and there along, I mean, we are talking about a huge country, but also India. They are showing quite a lot of interest, and also Russia as well. Russia is quite interested, and also in Europe as well. So we are talking to some people in different parts of the world regarding this. Having said that, when we had the 2011 UK Championships, we had a substantial view from Africa generally, and that was quite interesting as well.
That's very interesting.
It's quite interesting. So, as far as we're concerned, there is a great demand there. There is a great demand. And also as we go along, we might need to modify certain rules so that we can accommodate the pool tables as well in the United States as well.
Have you got any plans at all to go around the EVE platform at all?
Yes, the thing is, yes, absolutely. And I think in the next couple of months is going to be an announcement regarding that kind of a game. Ooh. And we were going to release it, yes. It's going to be very exciting, yes.
Okay. So, wow. So, this year there's going to be a UK championship?
We are working now to fix the date. I mean, obviously, especially if you're going to have the top 8, 10 in the country, then obviously you need to to secure a slot. This is what we're trying to do now. If we don't manage to do it within this year, which is our preferred option, then we will need to move it in the new year. But definitely, yes, we're working on it. Let's hope we are lucky and we have one this year, because we really want to sort of show that what is the concept, the actual audience around it, and that will be a very important step for us.
Just if you go onto YouTube and you do a search for Power Snooker,
powersnooker.com. Yes, if you do championships.
2011, was it 2011?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
And just have a look how the Ronnie.
Yes.
I think anyone who is in the snooker world knows him. He basically played a final.
Yes.
With can you tell a little bit about?
Yes, I mean this UK Championship. In fact, we're going to have some legends as well from the legends, very well-known names. But also we decided to have it as a mixed championship as well. There are two young ladies which. Probably they will join in the championships as well. So it would be the first time that we can actually have a mixed UK championship.
Ladies power.
Ladies power. Yes.
So the players for this year's championship would be.
It would be from the World League, from the top 100, I would say.
Okay. So we're going to have to wait with bated breath.
Absolutely.
And excitement to find out what's going to happen. And it's happening in November?
Well, we hopefully will happen this year. We would like it to happen this year, subject to availability for the venue, the players, and whatever else is need to be done in order to organize it.
Perfect. You mentioned about the management, the company's management,
yes.
and about their expertise and their involvement and their specialty with regards to how the project has been basically building up from scratch.
Yes.
Can you tell a little bit more about them, please?
The board of directors, we have 5 directors, and Frank Warren, the boxing promoter, a well-known boxing promoter, is also one of the 2 chief executive officers, with a property specialist, Michael Gruber. So these are the 2 chief executive officers. And we also have a group financial officer as well, and a marketing officer as well. The board of directors, they are very well-known people. They run their own businesses and very successfully, and they have people that can actually see who they are and what they do and their expertise as well. On the ICO team, obviously, we brought together quite a lot of people with specialist skills as well. For example, my ICO chief advisor, she's a lady who is, she's also a solicitor. She's of legal background as well as financial background as well.
Right.
And she knows the crypto space inside out. Also, a very important member of the team is the cryptologist, which is a young Greek Cypriot, and I know his family for many years. And he's a top guy in the crypto economy, and also he's lecturing at a university.
He lives and breathes.
The crypto space completely, and it's good to have someone on board like this because of the security aspects, and also he's completely up to date with what's happening in the crypto world. Also, we've got an IT specialist as well, which is again to safeguard the wallets and whatever else needs to be done and maintain the actual website or whatever is need to be done in that aspect. Also on my team we have a barrister. He's a UK practicing barrister, and he has and run his own legal firm as well. So on board we have all the expertise that we need, and any business of that kind and that magnitude to have. So all the professional people they are on board, and is proper functioning of the way. but also we are an entertaining company. We are there to entertain as well. Yes, we do own the intellectual rights, but we are business people, and obviously we want to utilize the intellectual rights in whichever way is going to make more money for the group and the shareholders. So one other area which we will be doing is for charity, for example. If there is a charity event and they want to have a kind of a mini competition among themselves, we can create that. We can actually televise it as well. And from then on, obviously, when they leave, they take the tape as well, and then they have the event on a tape as well. So yes, we do have quite a few plans after we open and as to what we are going to do. There is also two other areas which we have already formed the companies. One is the Power Snooker Television, and the other one is the Power Snooker Radio. Now, the Power Snooker Television, again, we've got quotation to set up the station and everything, which will again bring and give contents to the Power Snooker community. At the same time, the radio, the Power Snooker Radio, again, it will give a voice to the Power Snooker community. Now, we are talking about the global community, so everybody will be able to participate and exchange information or even recommend certain things or whatever. And I think both the radio and the television, it will help us enormously to keep the community intact and also happy as well.
What would be the message that you think it's really representing what the Power Snooker Group is actually doing? What is it? It's a kind of legacy. It's a kind of, what is it that Power Snooker is giving to the community, to not just necessarily about people who are crazy about snooker, but in general?
Yeah, the Power Snooker Group, basically the concept behind it is that we have taken a sport which we own, and we have applied the current technology which is applicable now, that's the blockchain technology, as well as current technology for our games. And we're willing to support it by traditional assets like property. And there is only one way for such a group, and that is to go and carry on from there in perpetuity. And this is the intention that we have, because any sport, it has to carry on in perpetuity beyond our lives. And this is the purpose that we are doing all those things from now.
Fantastic, Costas. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This has been Mariette Rem and Baroness World Luxury. Everything that you need to know about, some articles, some other links, some other blogs, anything, I'm going to attach everything underneath. So just follow. Thank you so much and see you next time.